Tonight on News Watch, a woman is in prison for setting fire to an apartment building. We'll have an update on her case.
Also, leaders of a local community college consider increasing tuition and fees. We'll have the details on what students can expect. Ben?
A spring-like day today across East Central Illinois. Clouds have started to move in over the past few hours. You can see the sun starting to poke through those clouds as we get closer to sunset. Those clouds are a little bit of a signal to what we'll be seeing over the next few days, though. This is News Watch. Your Monday evening edition starts now.
Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street. The Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
Shelby County authorities are sharing details as they investigate the case of a woman found dead after a camper fire. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Spade.
And I'm Olivia Bennett. On Friday evening, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office and the Shelbyville Fire Department responded to reports of a camper fire at Robin Hood Woods Campground. After putting out the fire, firefighters say they found the body of an adult woman inside the camper. Shelby County Coroner Beth DeBolt confirmed the woman's identity as 44-year-old Amber L. Fixel Binkley, who last resided in Springfield. No other information is available at this time. A Mattoon woman is in prison after pleading guilty to felony arson. On July 17th, Mattoon firefighters responded to reports of flames at an apartment building on Shelby Avenue. The next day, firefighters were called back to the same building for another fire. Police later identified 36-year-old Carla Tresner as a suspect in setting those fires and arrested her. Court records show last month Tresner pleaded guilty to 2 counts of aggravated arson, both felonies. A Coles County judge sentenced Tresner to a total of 18 months in prison. 2 people are dead after a wrong-way crash on I-55 near Springfield this morning. Illinois State Police say that crash happened just after 1. Sangamon County Coroner Jim Allman says a 42-year-old woman from Wentzville, Missouri, and a 51-year-old woman from Girard, Illinois were killed in the crash. Their names have not been released, but ISP says a passenger in one of the vehicles was taken to a hospital and I-55 South was reopened around 6 o'clock this morning. Officials say the deaths remain under investigation by state police and by the coroner's office.
Beautiful day today across the area. The rain that we saw last week hasn't kept those temperatures down. We started out the day a little bit sunnier though. Clouds have started to move in from the west over the past few hours or so. High temperatures up into the mid to upper 60s for most of us. Some of us got very close to 70. Taylorville, Decatur, and Effingham all at 69 degrees for our highs. 66 degrees in Charleston. Our lowest temperature 65 degrees in Paris. That's being helped by these southern winds that's fueling these warmer temperatures. We'll see these winds start to pick up a little bit during the day tomorrow. Right now coming in from the south around 15 to 20 miles an hour generally. Still seeing those temperatures right around our daytime highs though. And again, those cloudy skies have overtaken the sunniness that we saw overnight tonight. We'll see these temperatures staying in the 60s, continuing to come in from the south. That's going to fuel potential thunderstorms. We'll have the full recap on that coming up.
Thank you, Ben. With spring on the horizon, the Illinois Department of Transportation is releasing some stats on their winter work this year. IDOT says they used more than 262,000 tons of salt to keep 45,000 miles of Illinois roads clear. The agency maintained a fleet of 1,900 trucks for plowing and put in over 660,000 work hours. The total statewide cost of this season's winter weather operations stands at nearly $105 million as of February 2026. Figures show most of that money went to materials and equipment expenses. A new court order could restore billions of dollars used to prepare for emergencies. Attorney General Kwame Raoul says an order issued Friday requires the Federal Emergency Management Agency to restore the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Program, also known as BRIC. In Illinois, the BRIC program is used to fund disaster mitigation projects, with 2 aiming to protect critical infrastructure and communities from flooding. Raul says the restoration of the program will help prepare citizens for disasters and protect communities. Board members at a local community college are set to vote tonight on a plan to raise tuition and fees. Officials at Lakeland College say a cabinet is recommending a 3.25% increase in both tuition and fees. They say if approved, in-district tuition would increase by $5 per credit hour. That increase would take effect this summer and continue throughout future semesters. The board is expected to vote on the proposal at its meeting, which starts at 6.
Local 4-H students are serving up a special meal to raise money for their organization. Coles County 4-Hers are holding a drive-by pork chop dinner Saturday, March 28th. In the meantime, they're selling tickets through each member through the Coles County Farm Bureau in Charleston and then the Extension Office in Mattoon. Students in 4-H can pursue a variety of topics and projects, all while learning how to serve their communities. Those students shared with us the value that 4-H has brought to them.
I think it's important because all the money goes back to our youth and our community, and it's important to support that because 4-H provides opportunities for anyone with a passion. We can, anything from agriculture to business to traveling, you can really learn anything, so it's really important to me that people support that.
That event takes place Saturday, March 28th, and you can pick those pork chops up in a drive-through from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the 4-H building at the Coles County Fairgrounds. You can learn more about it on the email on your screen. Applications are open now for a deer hunting season this fall, serving people with disabilities. Lake Shelbyville officials say the 36th annual deer hunt for people with disabilities will be held November 20th to the 22nd. The event is hosted by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and Wolf's Creek State Park. Officials say applications must be submitted by March 27th, and applicants need a state-issued disabled person ID card or disabled veteran ID. On March 30th, 25 applicants will be selected through a drawing to participate in the first Illinois firearm season. Applications can be submitted to the Lake Shelbyville Project office or on their website. Well, it was almost 70 degrees in Charleston today.
It sure feels like spring has finally arrived. Ben Whitney's in the Weather Center with more.
Sure does feel like spring out there, especially with these warmer temperatures across a lot of the Midwest. What comes hand in hand with those warmer temperatures are the chance for thunderstorms. We have colder air coming in from the north. That's going to act as the spark for our next system. We'll have the full details on that right after this.
Hello, I'm Blake Wood, Eastern Illinois University class of 2006. I worked at WEIU Newswatch all 4 years of college and still have the collection of vintage shirts to prove it. The experience I gained at WEIU launched my career in TV news and public relations. Today, WEIU needs your help now more than ever. With the loss of federal funding, I'm asking you to join me in supporting the station. Visit WEIU.net to make your donation. What I'll always remember about WEIU are the lifelong friends I made and the professional experience I gained working at the station. It's where I anchored my first newscast, covered severe weather, and told stories that mattered to communities like Charleston, Arcola, Casey, and Paris. If you value education, local news, and local programming, please donate online or call the station. Support WEIU. Thank you.
Good evening. Warmer temperatures for most of the Midwest today. That's due in part to a warm front that we're seeing coming up from the Gulf states. That's fueling these warmer temperatures. That's going to react perfectly with this cold front that we have sinking in from up north in Canada. This is slowly going to be approaching our area over the next 24 to 36 hours or so, and going to be leading to some severe thunderstorms we'll talk about in just a moment. High temperatures today up into the mid to upper 60s for a lot of us. 69 was our warmest temperature in a few of our communities. 66 degrees for our high in Charleston today. Overnight tonight, we'll see these lows staying in the 60s. 61 for our overnight low. That's being helped by that warm front as well as these mostly cloudy skies. We'll see clouds moving in and out throughout the overnight hours tonight, but these winds are going to continue to stay coming in strong from the south, up to 30 miles an hour at times, more consistently though around that 10 to 15 mile an hour mark. For your day tomorrow, these temperatures again getting even warmer up into the mid 70s for tomorrow. 75 in Charleston. We'll see these winds continuing to come in from the southwest and the south, fueling those warmer temperatures as the rest of that warm front pushes through, but that will be fueling the severe potential that we have for these storms as we move overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday. We expect the worst of the severe threat to take place more overnight and very early into Wednesday morning. As you can see, this cold front and this front starting to move in towards our area overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday night. Looking a little bit closer to our area now, we'll see mostly cloudy skies throughout most of the day tomorrow. And as this frontal system starts to approach, those warmer temperatures are going to help to fuel some of that convective potential as we look ahead. Now, this is around the time we expect to see the worst of this storm. Now, it's not going to be very heavy rainfall. We're more looking at the severe aspect of this, not so much the rainfall. The rainfall will come as we get a little bit closer to sunrise on Wednesday. You can see around 5 o'clock still some scattered storms across our area, especially as we get towards sunrise on Wednesday. You can see some very heavy showers to get your day started, and those showers will continue as we move throughout the rest of our Wednesday. That's going to be where we're going to see the bulk of our showers. Now, again, we do have the chance for some severe weather. Most of us are underneath a level 2 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center. That means we're at a slight risk. Those of us along the I-72 corridor and mainly to the north of that are going to be seeing a slightly stronger enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 10. Now, we could see all modes of severe weather in play as this system comes through. The main threats, damaging wind gusts, could be over 50, closer to 60 or 70 miles an hour. We do have the chance to see a few tornadoes spin up, as well as some potentially large hail closer to 2 inches in size. Rain isn't going to be too big of a concern, though. It'll be a nice help to the rain we've already seen. Again, most of this is going to be staying to the north of I-72. Around an inch projected right now, indicator, but most of us are going to be seeing rain well throughout the day on Wednesday. A half an inch around Charleston, Robinson, a little bit more in Terre Haute and Danville, but generally a little bit more rain that'll be nice to our drought monitor and our drought situation as we move forward. Again, we're going to be seeing temperatures cooling off past this point as the rest of that cold front and that cold air mass pushes through, back down near the 40s for Thursday. And as we look at our 7-day forecast, we will definitely be seeing those colder temperatures again up into the mid-70s for tomorrow. We do have that chance for storms Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll have an update with that for you tomorrow on Newswatch. You can see these temperatures really start to drop off next work week, down into the 20s on Monday. We do have another chance for some rain showers as we end our weekend on Sunday. But the main focal point of this forecast is absolutely Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll be tracking that and keeping us updated.
Yeah, that weather was sure nice outside today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well.
That is true, but thank you so much for keeping an eye on that severe weather anyway, though. Well, thank you, Ben. Travelers around the country are facing long lines, and that's thanks to a partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security.
That comes during a busy spring break travel season. Lee Waldman reports.
I started a stopwatch. 32 minutes. 32 so
minutes.
It's moving, but it's a long line. We're going to miss our flight, I'm sure.
How long has it been, guys? 3 hours, probably.
Spring break travel nightmares at airports across the country.
Started deep inside the garage, and it circles around 7 times before you even get to this part.
At the Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, TSA is advising waits can extend up to 2 hours long. In Houston at the William Hobby Airport, TSA lines stretched more than 3 hours again today after similar wait times Sunday. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is also advising travelers to arrive early for flights Monday and give themselves extra time to make it through security.
We know what's going on, but I think it needs to be cleaned up.
The longer wait times are being blamed on the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees the TSA. Funding for the department lapsed in mid-February amid a standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration reform. Now, TSA workers are set to miss their first full paycheck this week. In a statement, a DHS spokesperson said, quote, "These frontline heroes received only partial paychecks earlier this month and now face their first full missed paycheck, leading to financial hardship, absences, and crippling staffing shortages." I'm Lee Walton reporting.
DHS is bracing for a new leader after President Trump fired Secretary Kristi Noem last week. The president tapped Oklahoma Senator Marquayne Mullen to replace her March 31st. Well, shifting gears, we now go to Andrew Spade to see what's coming up in sports. Andrew?
Thanks, Olivia. Tonight in sports, the new NFL season is officially here, and a plethora of players have a new home. But first, the Illinois men's basketball regular season comes to a close. Can the Illini pick up one final win? I'll tell you next. Thanks for watching. Your WEIU Sports Watch Report is coming up.
Tired of the same old playlist? Let Hitmix 88.9 WEIU be your source for your favorite throwbacks and today's biggest hits. No skips needed. From deep dives on local topics, a lively morning show, and EIU Panther sports, we've got your back 24/7. And we're not just hitting play, we're building futures. Because behind every mic is a student making moves. It's your music, your station, Hitmix 88.9 WEIU.
The IHSA Super Sectionals begin tonight, and we're down to 8 teams left in each class. One of the Super Sectionals takes place right here at EIU, as top seeds Leroy and Lawrenceville clash at Groninger Arena tonight at 7. The Leroy Panthers are 32-2 on the season, while the Lawrenceville Indians are 33-2. EIU head coach Marty Simmons is one of the greatest players in Lawrenceville program history, and now the Indians will play in the arena Simmons coaches in. The Panthers and Indians are the 2 highest-ranked teams remaining in Class 1A. In Class 2A, Tolona Unity looks to secure their ticket to state against Bishop McNamara. The Rockets sit at 32-2 and are the 2nd highest-ranked team still in the 2A title hunt. And finally, in Class 3A, Decatur MacArthur will take on state powerhouse East St. Louis in the quarterfinals. The Generals are Max Prep's 5th-ranked team in the entire state and are 34-1 overall, but the Flyers are Max Prep's 3rd-ranked team in the state. We'll have all the recaps from tonight's Super Sectionals tomorrow on Sports Watch. The U of I men's basketball team wraps up a long and hard-fought season on the road against Maryland. Can the Fighting Illini end the season on a strong note? Tipping things off in the first, Illinois is in the paint as Tomislav Ivicic makes a great no-look pass to David Mirkovic, who makes the easy layup. With less than 6 to go in the half, Mirkovic gets the easiest assist stat ever as he finds and opens Zvonimir Ivicic. Shifting to the second, just watch as Keaton Wagler takes the rock and dances into the paint. He makes the and one bucket look too easy. 6.5 to go. Illinois is just making things work left and right. Wagler shakes this man, but he sees Ben Hummerkaus wide open. He gets a 3-point off from the Fighting Illini leave College Park with a 78-72 dub. They'll get a triple bye in Big Ten Conference Tournament and will play their first game on Friday. Eastern Illinois baseball has a chance to break their 3-game losing streak, this one against the Bellarmine Knights. In the first game of the series, the Panthers' bats were on fire, scoring 11 runs. Kyrie Alexander led the charge with 4 RBIs and 2 home runs, including a 3-run homer as EIU picked up an 11-4 victory. In Saturday's doubleheader, EIU starting pitcher Bryce Riggs kept up the Bellarmine lineup in check, throwing 6 scoreless innings as the Panthers take the first game 4-2. In the second game, Bellarmine put 8 runs on the board as the Panthers fall in the series finale 8-2. EIU is back in action on Wednesday, hosting Illinois Wesleyan for its home opener. First pitch is set for 3. Now for the women on the diamond, EIU softball opens up conference play with some early week action against Morehead State. After rescheduling due to weather, the Panthers start off OVC play on the right foot, getting a 9-5 victory over the Eagles. The Panthers continued winning today, beating Morehead 10-2 and 8-4. Eastern sits at 8-16 on the season with a 3-0 record now in conference play. Up next will be a 3-game series against Lindenwood this weekend. On the sand, EIU Beach Volleyball is at Lindenwood for its first conference game of the season. It was a rough start to OVC play as the Panthers were swept 5-0 and fall to a 1-4 record on the season. Up next, the Panthers get a bit of a break before their first OVC weekend of the season on March 27th and 28th, facing UT Martin, Chattanooga, and Tennessee Tech. On the West Coast, the Chicago Bulls have been struggling, but have a chance to dethrone another struggling team, the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown has the ball up top. Prestes Achua drives in and absolutely posterizes Pat Williams with a towering one-hand slam. Malik Monk wants it in the action, and he has it on the fast break with no one to beat, and he takes flight for the one-hand jam. The Kings are back at it, this time with a little help. Killian Hayes dishes the perfect pass to Monk, who grabs it and cashes in the alley-oop. It's about time Chicago did something. Yasabu Salele makes a tremendous save. Buzelis is there and takes flight, and he soars this one in. Sacramento is too much for Chi-Town to handle as the Kings win 126-110. The Bulls will be back in action tomorrow night against the Golden State Warriors. On the ice, the Chicago Bulls have been struggling and now head to Dallas for one final time this season. Tyler Bertuzzi gets it going in the first period after an incredible pass from Artem Levchinov, giving the Hawks an early lead. In the same spot he scored his goal in, Bertuzzi sends it to Sam Renzel, who's all by himself at center ice, and extends Chi-Town's lead to 2. Easy come, easy go. It's the Stars' time to shine. Maverick Bork sinks it in, giving Dallas the lead with 10 to play. With an empty net, the Blackhawks are leaving it all out there. Connor Bedard scores from way downtown, and we're going to overtime. But it doesn't last long as Dallas gathers the win just 22 seconds into OT. Chicago will be back at home tonight against the Utah Mammoth. In the second day of World Baseball Classic play, after securing a 15-15 win over Brazil Friday night, Team USA has a historical duel on deck as they now take on Great Britain. Starting in the first, Tarek Skubal deals and is taken way back by Britain's Nate Eaton, 390 feet as the U.S. falls behind 1-0 early on. U.S. is now up to bat. Dodgers catcher Will Smith launches a bomb the other way. Now can it make it over? Not quite, as Trace Thompson makes an early contender for catch of the tournament. If you wanted to see the big bats come out, now it's time to tune in. Former Cub Kyle Schwarber gets every bit of this ball and rockets it to the upper deck. You would have thought it could reach London by tomorrow. The U.S. takes the lead in the bottom of the sixth. The sleeping giant, Aaron Judge, has woken up, ripping it to left field where he knocks out one of the panels. Pete Armstrong scores, and Team USA comes out on top 9-1. The red, white, and blue's biggest test comes up tonight against a fired-up Mexico squad who the U.S. hasn't beaten since 2005. First pitch is set for 8. Finally tonight, NFL free agency is open, and a slew of big moves were announced throughout the afternoon. Locally, the Indianapolis Colts have re-signed wide receiver Alec Pierce to a 4-year, $114 million deal and is now the ninth highest paid receiver in the league. Pierce broke out in 2025, recording 1,000 yards for the first time in his young career, but the Colts did lose a weapon as they traded star wideout Michael Pittman to the Pittsburgh Steelers to pair with DK Metcalf. Pittman recorded over 5,000 receiving yards and 25 touchdowns during his tenure with Indy. As for the Chicago Bears, they signed former Colts defensive tackle Neville Gallimore to a 2-year deal, former Seahawks safety Kobe Bryant to a 3-year deal, and linebacker Devin Bush to a 3-year deal. Finally, some big signings at the national level. Former Packers quarterback Malik Willis is the new Dolphins starting quarterback, while Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa signs with the Falcons. Longtime Bucs receiver Mike Evans signs with the 49ers, and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker is headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's all for sports. Back to you, Olivia.
Thanks, Andrew. Still to come, Bet Whitney returns with a final check of potential storms in our Skywatch forecast. But first, if you're planning a Stone Age-themed dinner, you are in luck. Believe it or not, researchers in Europe have new insights for your next prehistoric party. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU.
The Academy Awards have gotten more international in recent years. One of Train Dream's 4 nominations is for its Brazilian cinematographer, Adolfo Veloso. Meanwhile, Brazil's The Secret Agent also has 4 nominations, including Best Picture and Best International Feature, an award won last year by another Brazilian film, I'm Still Here. The Red Hot Chili Peppers' first guitarist, Hillel Slovak, gets his due in The Rise of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Our Brother Hillel. The documentary looks at how a childhood friend helped shape the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer's sound. The film debuts March 20th on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Finally tonight, if you tend to put off cleaning those dirty dishes and pans, don't feel too bad. Scientists in Europe are studying bird food remnants found in pods dating back to up to 8,000 years. Using those remnants they've learned, Stone Age Europeans used a variety of roots, fruits, and berries in their cooking. Researchers say new analysis shows those Stone Age cooks combined ingredients selectively, and they found recipes varied from region to region, even when the same ingredients would have been available. They say that shows people in different regions have different taste preferences. Well, of course, Ben Whitney always has good taste, and he returns with a final check of the Skywatch forecast.
Well, it will be a very nice forecast for tomorrow, up into the mid-70s here in Charleston, 75 for our high. We'll see cloudy skies throughout most of the day, but the main event for tomorrow is those storms taking place closer towards Wednesday morning. Most of us are under a level 2 for severe weather. Those along the I-72 corridor are closer to a level 3 risk. Most of the strongest of the severe potential is a little bit further north of our area, but still chances to see any kind of severe weather over the next 36 hours or so. For the rest of our 7-day forecast, temperatures will be pretty mild for this time of year, sitting right around that average, but warming up towards the weekend. We'll finally see temperatures starting to drop again as we get to next Monday with a high of 27. So we do have those storms tomorrow night, but it does look like it'll be a pretty nice week besides that.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us in the loop about those storms.
Yes, we appreciate it, Ben Whitney. And of course, you can always check in on YouTube for break-ins from Ben Whitney. Updates if you have any curiosity. For more news and weather, be sure to log on to our website at WEIU.net.
There you'll find real-time forecasts in the news video of the day.
If news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@WEIU.net. Have a good night.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.